Just what were your takeaways from the Texans and Colts game, and where do you see both teams going from here now that we're past week one?
So, I mean, obviously, as your resident Colts fan, it was great to just have, the team back together. It was great to watch a divisional matchup. It was fantastic to see the fight had put out there. I was looking forward to the rematch with how last year had ended against the Texans. Obviously, winner getting in, and Houston ends up winning a playoff game afterwards, and then going into the next round. So it was no small game in my mind. It was definitely a get back game, a revenge game, a prove it game when we were fully healthy, and it still did not pan out the way that I had wanted. And like Kyle said, there is no moral victories for me. Yes, we were competitive. Yes, Anthony Richardson remained healthy. Yes, we saw potential. The defensive line was able to get a hold of CJ Stroud consistently. But when you look at things a little bit deeper, I'm just going to get into one or two topics here. First and foremost, Anthony Richardson is a stud. He is a freak athlete. He is a tank of a human being, and he has got one of the greatest arms I've ever seen on a football field that is not named Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. And then you go and you watch him make plays like that 60-yard pass to Pierce. He had made two 50-plus yard passes to Alec Pierce. And then you go and you see the laser to Ashland Doolin, and then the negatives start to happen. You miss a couple of wide open people. AD Mitchell should have had two touchdowns. Wide open, he misses by a couple yards. You talk about the Kylan Granson pass that ended up being intercepted. Yes, Kylan fell, but that still would have been a little bit of a difficult catch for him to make, albeit, again, if he's standing and he dives forward, maybe it's not an interception. And I have to just be critical, man. Like, yes, the potential is there 100%, like I said, but I can't keep going off of he makes one good play and that makes up for six bad throws. We lost by 2 points. We should have easily won this game by 10 plus. That is how open receivers were getting in Shane Steichen's offense. Not to mention, we only leveraged Jonathan Taylor 16 times. Yes, we were down a good portion of this game. Yes, we did not touch the ball offensively in the third quarter very much. But when it comes to when we had possessions, some of those drives stalled out too early because Anthony Richardson was not able to put the ball where he needed to be. And that is an issue that he had in college. Can I be a little less critical because this is technically his fifth or sixth NFL game? Absolutely. Can I be a little bit more forgiving? 100%. But if I see that 60-yard back throw or back off of his back foot throw to Alec Pierce saying that we're gonna win for the next 10 plus years on Colts Twitter, I'm gonna lose my mind. I know the good that can come of it. I understand the type of player that we have on this roster. I understand that we were very fortunate to turn this type of player as raw as he was in college in just 5 games. He was able to change the game on the snap of a finger. But to win games, you can't have a play a quarter. To win championships, you can't have a good game and have 2 bad games. To win consistently in the NFL, you need to stay healthy and you need to do the little things. I don't need you to throw 55 plus yard bombs to win football games. I need you to hit the check down. I need you to hit the open receiver on the comeback route. I need you to find the open man in the zone. I need you to find a way to throw somebody open in man coverage. It's small, detailed things that quarterbacks in this league need to do. And CJ Stroud did that in spades. Multiple times, found a way to extend the play with his legs, stay behind the line of scrimmage, and make plays with his arm. And they didn't have to be downfield. 10, 15 yards, maybe 20 yards. It was a particular play. I think it was 3rd and 14. We rushed CJ Stroud, flushed out right side, right next to the sideline. Nico Collins is wide open in between 2 corners, if not a corner and a linebacker, because he was able to keep his eyes downfield, scan the field, and make the right play. I'm not even asking Anthony Richardson to do it on the move because we all know he's mobile. We all know that he can make plays with his legs. He's athletic enough to run past you or mow you down, but I need you to make a play where you don't have a man in your face, where you have time in the pocket in a 5-step, 3-step drop, whatever the case may be. So again, I'm being over analytical because I see the potential. I literally texted Kyle during the game. It's right there. I see what he can become. I see what potential he has. I see his ceiling. But I need it to become a consistent basis for him. I don't need a home run play every single time down the field. And Shane Steichen, as much as I love your offense, some of these trick plays got to chill out. The 2-point conversion, we should have had that. There was no reason to run a quarterback sneak that ends up being a pitch across or a swing end around across to Jonathan Taylor. You're at the 2-yard line. Jonathan Taylor's one of the best backs in football. Hand the ball off, whether that's out of the eye or run the RPO. There's no reason to do this trick, fancy nonsense. So play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Then you talk about the defensive side of the game. We allowed 213 yards on the ground. That's 5.3 yards per carry. Joe Mixon damn near had a career day, if not a career day. I don't know his career stats, but holy hell, 30 carries for 159? We couldn't stop a nosebleed. It wasn't the pass defense that failed us because there were plenty of instances where we broke up plays, but we had stupid penalties. There were plenty of instances where people had to make tough catches, like Nico Collins on 3rd and 6 with 2 minutes remaining, or a little bit under 2 minutes remaining.
That was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous catch.
But CJ put the ball exactly where it needed to be. So, it's you live and you learn. But when it comes to Indianapolis, the future is 100% bright. I cannot wait to see this quarterback develop. Again, I understand it's game 5, but I have to be critical here because all I keep seeing is, oh my God, this throw is absolutely incredible. 2-3 plays ago, you couldn't hit a receiver that was wide open in between the numbers. Am I saying the quarterback position is easy to play? Absolutely not. Am I saying that Anthony Richardson is a bum? Absolutely not. But again, accuracy has been a problem since he was at the University of Florida. He was one of the most inaccurate, if not the worst rated quarterback from an accurate point in that year in college football. That is a lot of quarterbacks in the FBS. And he was one of, if not the worst. I love the athletic portion. I love the arm. I love the presence. I love the leadership. All the characteristics you need for a franchise quarterback, except for the basic necessities of being able to hit a wide receiver in stride. And if you want to be even more critical, that Ashland Doolin touchdown was luck. He throws that any more behind that player, any more behind Doolin, and that is quite literally a laser that's going through the ground. You can throw it as hard as you want. If it's not accurate, it's not relevant. I'm not hating. I think he's great. Did I want to draft him? No. I know people can go and look at the tapes, and they can say that I'm being a hypocrite. I see the potential now in Shane Steichen's offense. It flows. But when it comes to what the Colts need, I need an accurate quarterback. I need my running back to get his touches. And I need that rush defense to fix itself, man, because these are 3 things that throughout a season can become a problem if not corrected immediately. Chris Ballard, you're on the hot seat, in my opinion. We have plenty of opportunities to go make some free agent signings this season, and we did not. Instead, we re-upped a lot of existing players on the defense that did not show up, that's names are not DeForest Buckner and Kenny Moore. So if we're being critical, again, Colts got a lot of things to clean up before week 2.